Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. And here's your host, Conrad Cushman.
Here we go. Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman. With me tonight, we got Derek Shelton joining us for the show.
What's up, folks?
Hopefully you weren't victim of any corny-ass April Fool's jokes going on by some people. I saw some really bad ones today. Boo to those people.
Exactly.
But it's April Fool's. We are going to run down the entire AEW Dynamite show that just went off the air. We're going to talk about everything from the TNT Championship Tournament to what is going on with All Elite Wrestling right now. So if you guys are in the live chat, please get your questions, thoughts, and we want to hear from you guys. Also, if this is your first time watching, do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button if you like the content, and also subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are watching, with all of this stuff going on, it seems that YouTube's not sending out the proper live notifications. So hit the bell so you guys can make sure you're notified as soon as it's back up. And if you guys are having any issues, you know when I stream. After Dynamite, 8 p.m. on Tuesdays. And tomorrow, we'll be streaming at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys want to make sure you check out Night 2 of the WrestleMania Roundtable. It's WrestleMania weekend, baby. Get hype! But D, let's talk about this show, shall we?
Ooh.
We had some people back around ringside tonight. We don't know where AEW Dynamite was filmed. It was at an undisclosed location. Looks like an indoor football field or a practice area, but they didn't say where.
Yeah, definitely either that or a sports facility or someone's basement, a rich person's basement.
That's a big ass basement, bro. And big thank you. We just got a new subscriber, Ray Trace. Thank you so much for subscribing to Everything Pro Wrestling. Hopefully you enjoy Big Otis doing the dance for you. Let us see who we have in here real quick. We're going to kick it to the chat for a second. B-Boy Skyline is in the house. My man, Jesus DeLeon. Good to have you back, brother.
What's up? What's up?
Jesus has been stunting a little bit. Rob's coming in talking about Outlaw Mud Show. Rob Cornett. B-Boy Skyline is talking about Darby Allin up in here. We got Jesus. Once again, talking about he's the GOAT. PR Nightmares in the house. Nelson, what's going on, bro?
PR.
And, yeah. Ooh, Rob said he was sleeping through most of this. Woke up halfway through the main event. Rob, why were you sleeping is the real question. Was it a boring show, or is it tough without the crowd? You let me know, or were you just plain tired? All right? We'll wait for his response for that. But D, overall here, what did you think of the initial commentary team tonight of Tony Schiavone and Cody once again? How do you feel about them as a commentary team?
I like it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Again, it seems like they're just having regular conversation instead of like calling a match.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
To me, I think it's a good thing. I like it because I don't want it to be structured all the damn time. You know, it's like, oh, okay, such and such goes with. No, I don't want all that. I want it to be like a normal conversation. Like, to me, I like that. I don't want anything structured. I hate that. Let it flow out. Let it just be natural instead of like, oh, okay, I know what I'm going to say here. I know what I'm going to say here. I know what I'm going to say here. I know how I want to say it. Be surprised when you say something.
What's going on, Donnie? Good to see you here, Donnie. Hopefully you'll be back with us soon once this virus stuff ends. Rob said that his sleep schedule is all screwed up. He tried to troll us with some AEW suck stuff. Knock it off, Rob Cornett.
Right.
Ooh, PR Nightmare said, who cares about WrestleMania this year? Tough. Jesus said they were filming in Atlanta. Okay. All right, that's not too bad. You know, Tony Khan's got the connections with the NFL, so I'm sure he's got friends who are owners and said, yeah, you can use our stadium.
Julio Jones' backyard.
Yeah, you know, hey, listen, we're not talking NFL. As much as I'd love to. But let's get into this, D. We start off with Trent versus Kenny Omega. This is a good match, man. This is a match that I think you would see like on a Fire Pro video game that you know is going to be fire, but How fire is it going to be?
Fire!
In this one, first thing I thought of was there were lots of touching and happenings throughout all of this. No idea what happened, man.
None whatsoever.
Hey, what's going on? Race Trace, good to see you in here. I just saw him leave a message for us. Big shout out to you in the chat, brother. Thank you so much. Prince Rockstar is also in the house. We are talking Trent versus Kenny Omega, guys. Share your thoughts, please, on that match. Jesus is saying what happened. It looks like sometimes it refreshes in the beginning. I don't know why it does that. I can't stop that. It just does that every time based on YouTube. So not too sure why that's happening, Jesus. Donnie says this was his match of the night.
I can see that.
Was it your match of the night? I'm going to agree with him, I think, on this one for best match.
Yeah.
It was really good. So, in this one, like I said, lots of touching. I really didn't like that. Best Friends came out giving, like, the elbow pounds to some of the people. At first, I was like, who are these two big, swole dudes? But then it was Billy Gunn and his son. I'm like, damn. Billy Gunn still looks like a star. That dude's got to be 50.
He's got to be up there. He's
in good shape, man.
Yeah, he's got to be at least, like, 52, 53.
Billy Gunn's the man. Him and his son, though, like... you don't need a paternity test, Billy. That's your kid, bro. Looks just like him.
Definitely. Dude, he's even built like him.
Yeah, dude.
Just smaller.
Just jacked. Little Billy Gunn.
Right.
But Austin Gunn, we haven't seen too much of him, but I'm glad he got to be in the crowd, get some FaceTime here with this. Dude, so eventually in this match, Trent and Kenny Omega, they're beating the hell out of each other, right? They go into the crowd and they do a spot. So in the combines, in your basement probably, there is a big pole, like a post down there, right? Bro, I don't know what possessed them to do this spot. They ended up going for a power bomb on the outside and power bombed back first into that pole. Bro, I cringed. This just reminded you of some stuff you would do. And what did you made something like a reference to your parents, like, what are y'all doing in that basement?
Nothing.
Stop banging on the damn furnace. Yeah. Jesus is saying that this took place in the Performance Center in Atlanta. Mexican boy David 10, what is going on? Good to see you in here, brother. Thank you so much. Jesus is tripping. Let's see here. These guys are just out of control tonight in the chat, but I love it. Keep talking your stuff, live chat.
Definitely.
The top rope German suplex is the next thing I've written down here. They battle it out some more. This was a long match. And at one point, they had it to where Kenny Omega was climbing up to the top. Bro, Trent runs up. I don't even remember what somebody said. Didn't somebody yell something?
Somebody did.
Somebody was like, get his ass or something. I don't know. Somebody yelled something stupid like that. He runs up and he messed up the first time, but he got it really quick and he German suplexes Kenny off the top. Dude, I thought Kenny landed on his neck. Aubrey was down there with him for mad long. Yeah. I had a fear, bro. You saw my face. Like,
It was like,
Derek ended up reassuring me though about his when he flipped over.
Yeah, if you look close enough, it looked like he landed on his neck, but he got on the left shoulder, which should have been probably dislocated the way he landed. But we're talking about Kenny Omega, so.
Facts. PR Nightmare just checked me too. He said you can't go in the crowd if there's no audience. Big facts. Race Trace came in. He said, I thought it was cool how last week the Lucha Bros threw people through barriers further than you could if there was a crowd there. This is true, Race. Good point, Ray.
Definitely.
Yeah, I respect it. Eventually in this match, though, it's coming real close to the time limit, so that shows you how long they went in this. And with about 2 minutes left, they kicked it into full gear. At one point, I thought Trent was going to win.
Yeah. Trent was on a roll.
That running knee, shout out to the Bill Murray knee pad. If you guys have never noticed Bill Murray on his knee pad, hits him with a running knee, goes for the pin. Kenny kicks out at a close two, and with a minute left, Kenny Omega hits the one-winged angel.
Not one-winged.
Tony said that tonight. I gave Tony props last week. Come on, Tony.
Yeah, mess it up, bro. Come on.
One-winged angel, but I can't crap on Tony too much here. He did a great job tonight running by himself. And not when I say by himself, I meant as part of the announce team. But the 3 count for Kenny Omega, big victory here. Right man went over, you think?
Yes.
I think Kenny needed the win. It keeps him strong as a singles competitor too, because he's still in that top 5 for the singles division. So, not a bad move at all here.
Because I think the right person won, because you still gotta, because if Trent would have won, what was the outcome of the win? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't address the feud that they had with Death Triangle.
Right, and that's where they're going towards right now. That's a good point. And I'm still waiting for that parking lot brawl. I know they're saving it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that, though. That's going to be really, really good.
That is going to be dope.
Let's see here. We get into the next match, which was Anna Jay versus Shida. Let me say this. Anna Jay, number 1. So I'm going to leave it at that. Shida. But I think Anna Jay delivered in this match to where I think she should get a call back. Give her a dark match.
Yeah, definitely put her on dark, because with her being, I don't want to say, don't take it out of context when I say a no name, because she may be a name somewhere else, or before she got here. So with her not being as well known as other wrestlers are, for her to come on Dynamite and not go to dark, they must have seen something very special in this person.
Yeah, because usually they were putting a lot of these people on dark, but Anna Jay gets the spot here tonight, and I thought she did great, dude. Like, she looked great. Everything was crisp. I can't even think of something she did that was, like, bad. The only thing I didn't like was the hair thing to the face, but that might have been part of the character if she's playing the heel.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, she had, like, a bow tie on, like, as a choker. So I think maybe that was supposed to be, like,
keep going, bro. I'm not saying the word. I don't want to laugh.
Maybe
part of the gimmick.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. Dude, I couldn't tell what she had on her neck though. There was something there, but I couldn't tell if it was like a necklace she was wearing or what.
I only noticed it because when she gestured towards it, she went like this to like fix it. So I'm like, oh, okay. So she got a bow tie on.
It looks like Jesus, Prince Rockstar, and Donnie were fans of Anna Jay as well in the comment section here. Donnie said, please come back. I think that's the best way you could put it for this match.
Yes.
And not to shit on Shida either. Like,
no,
Shida did a really good job in this, I felt. She played her role perfectly. Shida's the number 1 contender right now. She's in the top spot, so she's got to be one of the next people challenging Nyla for the belt. I don't know what you do with Shida, though, at this point, because I feel like Shida could be the one to take it off of her. So, I don't know.
But the question is, do you have her take it off of her now or
later? That's what I'm saying. I think it's later, but maybe, I don't know. It depends on how you want to do this. I think Shida eventually has to become the AEW Women's Champ. The just question is, when do you want to do it? Anna Jay looked good in this. Shida looked good in this one. I would put this on the upper half of women's matches for AEW.
Yes, I'm willing to say Shida put over Anna Jay.
Right.
I'm willing to say that because she definitely had a great match with her. This is probably like the best match that we've seen in a while. Since Since the Triple Threat?
Yeah.
So,
Ray, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry that it was 3:15 a.m. here. I know, or where you are, excuse me, I should say. I know it's a sacrifice. I'll be back on 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, though, if you want to talk some WrestleMania. So, thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you.
Robert says Shida is best, bar none, in this terrible women's division. Rob, I agree with that, 100%. That's why I'm saying that she could be the one to beat Nyla Rose for the title.
That's why I'm kind of torn with her being the number 1 contender, because I'm like, if she's gonna be the one to take it off of Nyla Rose, she shouldn't be the number 1 contender right now.
Right.
Right now, it should be somebody else, and then let Nyla Rose take her run, and then Shida should be the one to end that run.
Speaking of Nyla, Jesus asked the question, where is Nyla? Can they book her next week? Same with Big Swole. Where are they at? I think right now they're not bringing in all of the talent at this point, and if people have other obligations, I don't know who has kids on the roster, who has, maybe sick mothers and fathers or elderly people who they have to just watch out for and take care of right now during these times. We don't know the situation, Jesus, so we could see them next week. It may be 2 weeks from now. Maybe once this is all over, we'll finally get to see some people come back. So that's how it goes. Prince Rockstar said, bring Jamie Hayter back. I'm down for that too.
Yes.
#WatchStardom. Shout out to JPQ. With this, though, Sheeta gets the win with the Falcon Arrow, the 1-2-3. Very well done. Good to see that. And I like after the match, there was a little bit of chaos on the outside with her and Britt Baker. Number one, Britt Baker takes off her shoe. Looks expensive. Reminds me of some Ric Flair shit. And she's holding it up like, hey, you better back up. And Sheeta's just kicking the gate at her like, yeah, you better pay attention when I'm walking by. Mm-hmm. And Britt Baker's eating a chicken sandwich. It just seems so random, didn't it?
Yeah. Especially with her mom jeans on.
AEW trying to get that Popeyes revenue or something here. I don't know where that chicken sandwich came from. Hopefully it was Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was looking good.
Yeah.
It was looking good.
It was looking mighty fine. Yeah, so I don't know, man. You could do a lot of things here. So is Britt Baker the next one maybe to challenge her for this? She's been picking up some wins. I don't know if Britt's been getting
I would say, well, are you saying like Britt Baker challenge her for the title or
number one contendership? You know, opposes her to say, "Hey, I'm next in line."
Technically, you could say she would be in line to be number one contender because has she really lost a match this year?
She has. I don't know. I don't know where she is on the rankings. I can't think of it right now. I want to say she's like 4 or 5. Britt Baker's in the mix though, but yeah. So got to do what you got to do with that.
Okay, so if we do it this way, in my mind frame here, my critical thinking, I would do this. Sheeta challenges, Sheeta's the number one contender for the title. Britt Baker ends up screwing her, and then Nyla Rose wins, but it wasn't a technical loss
for Sheeta.
You
could build that up. You could even make it a triple threat too,
right?
To possibly build up more to that as well. We'll see what they do with the women's division. Like Rob said, it's not the best division for AEW, and it's going to take a while to build this division up, as we can see at this point. We'll have to do a wait and see with that. Let's get into the... Oops, hold on. Casey Briggs just chimes in before we move on. If Nyla can't show up, they got to roll with Britt versus Sheeta over the number one contendership. Great point, Casey, that we just brought up. Excellent point. So thank you for that.
So then there you go. Sheeta loses the number one contender spot, but she doesn't lose the
momentum she picked up. She lost the match to Britt Baker, and Britt Baker kind of slid in and took the spot.
Right.
You could do something like that
because you have to prepare for Sheeta to take the belt off of Nyla.
The ranking really has changed much since some haven't been wrestling on the top 5. Yeah, like MJF completely fell out of the top 5. Or I'm sorry, he said hasn't changed. Excuse me. Yeah, MJF fell out of the top 5. I get it. Completely. Darby Allin made his way into the top 5 this week at number 5 for the first time. Let's talk about a promo here, though. The AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley, and Jake Hager had a promo here. I hear a lot of people saying they're not feeling like Jake Hager, they don't mind him getting a world title shot, but they don't want to see him as champ. I think he's much better in this situation than he was, I'm going to say it, in WWE. I think he's in a better situation here.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to see him change his gear maybe to the MMA stuff.
That's when you brought that up, I agreed. I think he should, because, he's coming in as an MMA
fighter now.
Basically. So give him that ring attire, let the persona still carry over.
That's a good point. Now, Moxley is under the perception of he really wants this match because he's tired of how Hager has been kind of like bullying him a little bit. The powerbomb off the stage. Moxley hits him with the paradigm shift, and Hager ends up grabbing his ankle, trying to put him in the ankle lock. Right. And then last night on AEW Dark, he gets choked out with the standing triangle choke from Hager. So Moxley's got something to prove here, and I like the build-up for this. It felt very real. They talked about how they trained with each other, sang music with each other. They just talked about how well they know each other, and I think this is going to be really, really good. And this all was like a build-up to a match that's going to be happening in 2 weeks. It's going to be an empty arena brawl, good way to put it, because you're stuck in that setting anyway. Right. And it's going to be no holds barred, 2 weeks for the AEW title. Bro.
I think Moxley still
still holds on to it.
Yeah.
This will be Hager's first loss, but I think he's looked dominant since he started. He debuted the first episode of Dynamite.
Yeah,
he's looked good, man. There's nothing to complain about.
No, yeah, I don't think it's that time. I think in order for Jake to win the title, I'm calling it, but there has to be some kind of destruction within the inner circle. Not right away, but somewhere down the line.
Yeah. If I don't think they're gonna do that though, because they still have to build up to that blood and guts match. You need everybody on the same page.
I'm talking way down the line.
Oh, so you're saying you could start building it maybe here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because think about it. In the promo, Chris Jericho said if Jake Hager wins the title, then there will be 2 champions. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. How do you have 2 champions? Jake Hager is the only one who's got the title. But now Chris Jericho's playing off the fact that Inner Circle is 1. And they all... So basically what you're saying is if one person wins the title, everybody is the champion.
That's always the heel mentality to say that until it happens.
It happens, yes.
Chris DeZuba is giving you a shout out, Derek. I don't know what this hand emoji means, but I think that he's waving hi to you 3 times. We're just gonna say. Donnie said, "Dope promo for both Mox and Jake. Shouldn't be champion, but I do like to see him get a chance at the belt." Good point, Jesus. That's what I'm not saying he should win. I'm just saying that he's in a good spot right now. And he said, did they bring up that from last night with AEW Dark with John and Jake? Yes, they did. No Holds Barred is correct, Prince Rockstar. And Casey said, Hager ain't winning the damn belt ever. Listen, I think Jack Swagger's really good. Like, even when he was in WWE, I think Jake Hager's really good too. Yeah. I think he's very underrated. Like, I think a lot of people don't give him credit for how good he is in the ring.
No.
Is he the greatest on the microphone? No. But I think he's really good in the ring and he can put people over.
Definitely. He can definitely put on a great match. You just have to give him the right person to do it with.
Now, at this point, there was a commentary team switch out. We had Cody and Tony Schiavone throughout the entire night having that, they sound like they're doing a podcast together when they're just talking throughout all of this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I like.
But then you get some comedy mixed in here because here comes Colt Cabana and Tony Schiavone now as a team. They didn't gel so well throughout. There were some, like, hiccup moments, but if you didn't know Colt Cabana, he's a wrestler. So he brought up some good points here. And Colt Cabana got on commentary, and it was the perfect time frame. And we're going to talk about the TNT title bracket stuff, I promise you. But we get a match. It's Marco Stunt, and I want to take a second to say rest in peace to Marco Stunt. He had a loss in his family. If you guys didn't see it, check his Twitter page. Show him some love. I'm sure that's who this match was dedicated to tonight. But Marco Stunt ends up taking on the debuting Lance Archer. Lance Archer came out looking like a beast tonight. I don't know how you felt about it. I thought Jake the Snake's promo. So Marco's in the ring, and then we get a promo package from Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake Roberts, one of the best talkers ever. And this dude gets in there, and he hypes up Lance Archer very well. And he said, Cody, you might not be as stupid as I thought. And he just put out these little digs every time. And I was like, yo, this dude knows what he's doing.
Sorry. Chris hit me up with it, so I had to hit him back with it.
Don't hold him down. Come on, Chris. Yeah. Queen, what's going on? I see Queen in the house as well. Appreciate you, Queen.
What's up, Queen?
Yeah, dude. So very, very different. Like I said, go back and check Jake's promo out if you missed this. It's right before Lance comes out, but Lance Archer comes out. He's hauling ass around the ringside area. He knocks over someone. I don't know if it was a doctor, a stagehand, or someone extra, but he ate the floor basically.
Oh man. Oh.
He went down. They really made him look strong in this. Lance Archer really didn't sell anything Marco did to him too much. Marco got a little bit of offense in, so he didn't look weak, but this was the Lance Archer show. Yeah. He came in to dominate. He delivered a big-ass choke slam to Marco. Everything looked visually well because of the height difference between these two.
Yeah.
Marco just gets crushed, dude. Like, crushed, destroyed. It was over. And the finisher, he calls it the blackout. So it's like a reverse Razor's Edge. So imagine the guy is face first. I don't know if my hands are up in this so you guys can see it, but he's got him up for the Razor's Edge. face first the guys, and he flips him over into like a powerbomb position. If that's your finisher, bro, good for you. Lance Archer is going to be one of the prominent big men on this roster. You can now add Jake Hager, Lance Archer, Luchasaurus, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple others, but we have some big guys in here now that can do some damage.
Wardlow. I honestly, I really think that's your cream of the crop as far as big men really go.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you got Shawn Spears. Like, Shawn Spears is kind of like a big man, but not really.
Yeah. I mean, he's taller, but I wouldn't say he's a big guy.
Yes.
I think Shawn Spears comes off as like a, I don't know how to put this, like Billy Gunn stature when he was in WWE. Like, you're that, oh man, you're pretty big, but you're not that big.
You're like athletically kind of big.
Right. Like, you look like you could do anything, and you could kind of stand in there with giants and take it to them, but
yeah,
it makes sense. Now here's the part that I like. Colt Cabana was on commentary, and then he started to show bias after Archer wins because Colt Cabana is facing him. We find out later on in the night in the TNT Championship tournament. They announced it at the beginning, but when Colt was out there, he tried to make it known, like, hey, I've been scouting. I faced him in Japan before. I know what I'm doing. Colt Cabana put this over, and then after he says that, Marco Stunt gets launched into who was it? Orange Cassidy? Was it Best Friends?
Yep, Orange Cassidy, Best Friends. I think it got launched into Billy and Austin too.
Yeah, maybe it was Billy and Austin and Orange Cassidy. I can't remember who the three were there. I know Orange Cassidy was there. Yo, Marco almost friggin' went over them.
Yeah.
Like, they threw him. Really, really good, man. This was good. Let me see here. Great Lance Archer to keep his New Japan theme. Yes. Prince Rockstar said glad he got to keep his New Japan theme. Rob says, I hope they bring back Jeff Cobb. I'm with it, Rob. You say the word, bro.
Oh yeah, Jeff Cobb.
He's not signed though.
He's not
remember,
signed.
So he's kind of like, he's doing appearance base. So he's not signed with anybody. He's like, yo, you pay me, I'll be there that night. He I don't know if he wants the freedom to move around or if he's looking for something specific when it comes to the contracts. Let's see here. Queen said, thank you, Honor, for having me on. She was on my WrestleMania Night 1 preview last night. If you guys haven't went back, check that out after this in the archives. Queen was tremendous. Definitely go on there and just check her out. She had great insight and thoughts. And Queen's Court turned 1 year old today, I guess we'll call it. It was her anniversary show. So shout out to Queen.
Congratulations, Queen.
Jesus says he thinks that Brian Cage is coming soon as well. I know he's suffering from an injury right now, but that would be dope to see him in the mix with those other big gentlemen we talked about. And Donnie says, poor Marco. It was great though for what we got to see. Let's switch gears here, Derek. Let's keep it moving here with the Exalted One. These are your boys, Brody Lee and the Dark Order. So we cut to they're like a corporate room, which is weird. And Brody Lee, I don't know what I like Brody Lee in the suit with the like crazy ass beard.
Yes,
it just works. I don't know. He's got his hair slicked back, always in the ponytail. Like I said, every time I see this, I think of what Casey said. Casey wanted to put him in like this JBL type of gimmick, and I think
that works that way. I think it works,
dude. That's great.
And listen, even the beard was like business, like trimmed. You know what I mean? Like it was cleaned up.
I'm not mad at it, dude. Like I said, I almost said Archer. Brody Lee fits the part right here.
Oh, definitely.
So he's in there with the minions of the Dark Order, not Evil Uno or Stu Grayson. They're too important for this.
Right.
But the minions are in there, and somebody says he wanted to be referred to as Mr. Brody, and the person had messed up and said, "We are one." And he had messed up what he told him to say, and he grabs a wine glass and throws it against the wall and screams at him. And then the next guy who is over off camera, you hear him do the yawn. And this would definitely be me if we were at work. He hits the yawn, and because I'm always yawning, I don't know why. Even if I'm not tired, I'm just like, dude, all right. So the dude hits the yawn, and Brody Lee gives him this look of death. Like, dude, I know you didn't just yawn. And he said, oh, is there anything going on at home? The guy's like, no. He was like, I don't know. You shouldn't be tired. I mean, with what's going on in the world, there's no reason to be tired. And he lays into this dude so badly. Great promo. I know some people want to put this as like, this is a Vinceism. I don't recognize this. I think this is just Brody Lee wanting to have control over the minions. I don't know if the minions are the right word, or the creepers, whatever you want to call them.
I think they're called the creepers. I think they're creepers.
Whatever you want to say. I like that Brody Lee wants this control over everybody.
Yes, and it fits. It definitely fits.
I really like it. It works out well, and it leads us into the next match. The Dark Order send out 8 and 9. What the hell? They're just numbers, I guess, for now. Versus the Natural Nightmares with Brandy, QT Marshall, and the Natural Dustin Rhodes. Big shout out to Dustin, man. I just was watching some old Natural, like old school WCW. I love Dustin Rhodes back in the day. Him and Barry Windham, top notch tag team. If you want to go back and look that up, I'm dead serious, bro.
Definitely.
Basic match. You know what you're getting out of this. We knew the spots we wanted to see.
Yeah.
QT Marshall does his stuff. The no, not today. The big smack, the power slam. They win with their double team move, which is kind of like he set up like a Dominator. QT Marshall comes off, grabs the head, and they just slam him down. Works perfectly. The Dark Order are made short work of in this one. The story really comes after the match. They were kind of waiting for their cue. I felt like they stood there a little too long.
Yeah.
And here comes Brody Lee out the tunnel with the cloak on. And he is out there and he is not happy that they have lost.
He stares down Dustin and QT Marshall for a split second.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes into the ring. Why do us little people get abused like this?
Listen, bro. He messed up in the match. He was the one who took the pinfall. He had to eat it. Brody Lee comes out there and delivers some punishment and beats up the minion who took the pinfall. I'm going to assume he was 9 out of the 2.
I would assume, but he took a mean power bomb.
Yeah, he took the L right here. Mr. Brody puts the ass whooping on him, and the Dark Order lick their wounds tonight, and Natural Nightmares get the W. Not mad at it at all. So we get to the next promo in all of this. Oh, wait a minute. Casey wants his credit. Casey did say, he said that years ago about Brody Lee that he should play a JBL character. I gave you full credit. I've always given you credit for that, Casey. People are calling him Mr. Brody Lee now. I like this for Brody Lee. It's perfect for him, Donnie says. I agree, Donnie.
Definitely perfect.
So, Chris Jericho, Vanguard 1. What the hell was this? Derek, where do we start, bro? He's out there drinking the bubbly. He's having fun, drinking his stuff. He's cutting a promo. I hear Pumpkinhead dipshits like we usually get.
Exactly.
Chris Jericho is tripping.
Exactly.
So, in all of this, you hear buzzing begin to happen. That's going to sound great on the podcast. Vanguard 1 is on his way over to Jericho's home, we'll say. And throughout all of this, Chris Jericho is cutting the promo of promos. What did he call Matt Hardy? Damascus?
Oh, yeah, Damascus.
Pumpkinhead dipshit was used. Nick Jackson got insulted. They did some funny stuff here. And Chris Jericho just talked about how the inner circle's all together, not like the elite. And he doesn't know why Matt Hardy's helping them. And here comes Vanguard 1. Chris Jericho has a baby size inner circle t-shirt that he wants to give him.
Well, first of all.
Well, wait. I know he gets out of the water. I'm bringing that up. Chris Jericho gets out of like the jacuzzi or whatever it was, the water. And why does this man still have pants on?
Dude, when I seen that, dude, I saw the belt. I'm like, wait a minute. Does he have pants on?
You know another thing I like that was a small little innuendo in this? So he tries to give him the shirt or whatever, and he's trying to like apologize to Vanguard 1, and as such a heel, he couldn't say sorry. You know. So they did good here with this. I know it's a little bit over the top and everything with Jericho. I think they're making the best of the situations that they have to deal with right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, beggars can't be choosers. I mean, it's what we have right now.
Yeah, you can't really do too much with this. He tried to give him an Inner Circle t-shirt. Vanguard 1 takes it and flies away.
Elbow to propeller.
Jericho offered elbow to propeller. Vanguard 1 flies away. Jericho throws his wine bottle at him. Le Champion usually doesn't waste his champagne. Excuse me, I said wine. His champagne on anybody, but he throws it. Then he calls for the dog, and it looked like his regular ass dogs. Like I was expecting some Hound of Justice to come out and bite someone.
Yeah, that chihuahua was like, "Fuck that noise."
Just stood up at the top. That shit was hilarious, bro. Really stupid. It didn't make Jericho too like foolish. It was just what it was. Right, comedy exactly. For the night.
Exactly.
Well done. I laughed. So
it's something that everybody needs to do in these times right now. I'd be like, hey, we take things seriously, but at times you do need to laugh because you can't be serious 100% of the time.
Yeah,
you can't. You just can't. You have to embrace things. You can't just sit at wherever you are and then just be worrying all the time.
Yeah, and Casey looks like he wasn't a fan of this. He said, "This is why I didn't want Matt Hardy in AEW in his broken character. Not being able to say sorry, like that is a throwback to Fonzie on Happy Days." I like that. Cunningham.
Oh yeah, there you go.
He could never say he was wrong. Good pickup there with that. Chris says, "Yes, beggars can't be choosers. We didn't even get Donnie now and again." Laugh out loud. What the hell am I? Chopped liver on this show? I put together all this shit, man. I bust my ass.
I got you, bro.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. At least someone's got my back here. Let's talk about this damn TNT title bracket tournament. This is the main thing I really wanted to talk about with all of this. So it's finally announced. AEW's getting a secondary title. People, this is what you've wanted. Be happy.
Yes.
So a lot of people I saw complaining, number one, why wasn't it the TV title? NWA has a TV title. You don't want to look like you're copying NWA, and that TV title has the same lineage to the TNT TBS networks that it previously had. So I don't think you want to do that.
And then, like you said earlier, you can play off of it. Yes, it's called TNT, but you can also say TNT Dynamite title or the Dynamite title.
You could leave it TNT if you go to another network. It's fine. It's the TNT title. It's the Dynamite, it's the secondary belt. Exactly. I'm fine with that, dude. Whatever. I know it's going to be to honor the TNT. You could put TNT's logo on it for all that matters to start off with.
Exactly.
This is to create product synergy amongst all of the brands. I know I'm getting super businessy right now.
No, but I mean, it has to happen.
You want to create this synergy, a good relationship with the people who are producing your television show. They gave Tony Khan money to start this up. Tony Khan did a great job, and now I don't know if he's fronting the rest of the cost or whatever. But this synergy is good amongst the brands, and I think they're doing very well with this. I think it's a smart move to call it the TNT title. I'm going to leave it at that.
I mean, just to add on to it, I mean, when you say synergy, I mean, think about it. No one knew if they were actually going to get an extension to their contract with TNT, and here we are. They got what, 2 more years on that deal. So I mean, this is what you have to do. Like you said, this is a business move. You got to do what you have to do. It's just as simple as that.
There is something going on in the chat with Donnie typing out Darby Allin's lyrics. I can hear Donnie saying it. It's creepy. But the tournament. So we got it announced on Dark last night. We found out that Cody will be facing Shawn Spears and Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara. 2 banger matches to start off with in the tournament. Kip Sabian versus Dustin Rhodes, we found out, will be another match. And Colt Cabana versus Lance Archer will be another match on the other side. We got a lot of happenings here, bro. There's a couple people who I think we can automatically say who's not winning. Derek, who's your favorite to win this right now with everybody that's listed there? Same question for you, live chat. Who would you pick to be the TNT champion based on the names that we have?
I'm giving it to Casey, a.k.a. Darby Allin.
Oh, so you think Darby's the guy for this?
Yeah, I think Darby, I don't think he fell, but I think he's at that point where it's like, this is my roadblock right now. Or not like a roadblock, but this is my pit stop. I got to stop here first. Let these people know that I can be a champion and defend the title successfully. That way I can show you when I get to that top card, I can be AEW's #1 champion. And
okay.
I think it's too early for Lance Archer. Lance Archer has to put his, he's got to put his run through.
Oh, a lot of people are thinking differently here. So Casey says it's going to be Cody versus Lance in the finals, and Lance wins. Mexican boy David 10 says Cody or Lance. Chris Zuba says Lance Archer. Prince Rockstar is coming in saying Darby. Jesus says Darby or Sammy Guevara. Donnie says the same thing, Sammy or Darby. I asked for one pick, people. Come on now. Come on, make a choice. Make a choice.
I'm going with Darby. Darby's put on. He's had too much of a run for him to not have some kind of title.
See, I'm gonna go different. I think Casey sees something here, but I think we're gonna get Cody and Darby in the semis, and I think this is where Darby gets his win back over Cody. Darby goes to the finals, and I think it's gonna be Darby versus Lance Archer in the finals. So I think he's gonna run through Colt. And then I think Dustin's going to kind of be like the feel-good, maybe Cinderella story. And you could have Dustin then put over Archer, and then Archer ends up going there against Darby Allin in the finals.
But see, like, I feel like Lance just debuted. So for him to get a title, I don't think... I wouldn't do that right now.
Oh, here comes Casey with the or. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts.
We'd all be granola bars.
Remember that? Yeah, so, okay. Jesus is mad I made him pick someone. Don't get mad at me, bro. He says Darby. Rob says Archer. He says it should be Darby, though. It depends on how you want to book this, though. You could start with the babyface champion. Do you want Archer to lose, though, this fast? Too? You've got options here. Like I said...
Archer loses by disqualification.
I don't think him and Cody need the belt right now. And this is probably the only title Cody can challenge for, too. I'm surprised more people aren't picking Cody, because I heard Cody's name throughout Dark last week, or last night. I keep saying last week for some reason. Last night on Dark, they kept bringing up Cody's name in the chat, like Cody's going to win this. That's the only belt he can win, so they got to give it to him. I don't think Cody needs it. And now do you need a new ranking? Or does this fall within the world title rankings? You know what I mean?
I think you have to have a second set of rankings. It has to be separated. Everything has to. Now that you have 3 different titles, you have the heavyweight, the AEW championship, TNT championship, and then the tag team championship. I think you have to separate them now.
Do you think we need any more belts after this?
I don't think so.
I'm with you. I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I think we're good. Like, yes, you still have like your women's tag team, but no one here is a definitive stable or faction, however you want to say it, for the women. They're all, we'll tag up and take these 2 on, but it's more so like we're taking these 2 on because they did something to us.
So we don't need a 6-man title like people were talking about.
At first I thought about that. I wanted that, but when I thought about it, I'm like, that's a little too much.
It's too much to build up for, too. 3 guys always have to be available. What if someo's hurt?
And then you're adding so many belts. So then you would have the AEW Championship, TNT. Then you have 6-man tag. So that's 5 belts right there. Then the women's, that's 6. So I'm like, and then the men's tag team. So you got 8 belts total.
Right, it would be too much.
Yeah.
Too much. And the women's tag were rumored too. I don't think we need that at all till we get the women's division on point. So we can forget that.
I don't think the women should have that. Nothing, and please.
And I only time out. Let me say this. I only bring that up because Tony Khan brought that up, I think, on Stone Cold's podcast. That was like an original envision he had, that he wanted women's tag team titles.
I mean, I get it, but I think right now, I say no. And nothing against the women. I have nothing against them. They need to have their belts too. But right now, you don't have groups for women.
Not even that. You just don't have your singles division isn't even on point enough for you to be worrying about tag team titles.
Get the singles division structured, and then we can possibly start thinking about that. But then if you do that, if everything is structured, and then you go to a women's tag team belts, that's it. No more after that. Right. Then you'll just have way too many.
Right. I want to give a quick comment to what Donnie said. He said that he felt like it started off like an ROH show, even though there was no crowd. I see some people making Impact jokes. Knock it off. Yeah, I can see how you could feel that. Like the arena setting felt like a Ring of Honor style show.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
Definitely.
We get a video montage here. Not a montage, I'll say. A video kind of. It reminded me of Being the Elite, kind of like Nick and Matt Jackson. Matt Jackson sets up a ring kind of in their backyard or somewhere for Nick to train in, and Nick wasn't feeling it quite yet. He still feels injured, it seems like. But they were in there just trying to wrestle each other, and Matt's trying to bring his tag team partner, his brother, back up to speed in wrestling. Because with all this time off, you would think, hey, maybe he's going to be good for the Blood and Guts match.
Right. So
very interesting with what they're going to do here.
And I also, just to touch on something real quick, I also like what you said too. Like, just off of a side note, like you would like to see them wrestle against each other.
Oh yeah, that was just a random. I don't know why I said that. It was just a random thought.
No, like I would like to see that. You know, like somewhere down like the Being the Elite turmoil or whatever.
No, I wouldn't even say with the turmoil. I just want to see them match up in like a tournament or a battle royal, and they're the first two in there, and it's like, oh crap, the Young Bucks are about to go at it. And it's like, oh yeah, it's happening.
Like I would definitely like to see that.
Yeah, they've got great timing. Before we move on to the main event, Chris DeZuba has a comment. He says, the women's division isn't deep enough with talent yet. Too many green talents right now. They need more time for experience.
Exactly.
Chris, couldn't said it better myself, sir. Now, let's get to the main event. It is Sammy Guevara and Shawn Spears versus Darby Allin and Cody, if you will. Sammy has his phone in his tights when he comes out. Sammy, don't do that to yourself, bro. That phone's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be sweaty
and giving you testicular cancer.
Yeah, don't put your phone down there, player.
Yeah.
But he obviously was using this for his vlog. He pulls it out in the middle of the match, tries to get Brandy to give him a kiss. I don't know what the man was thinking or doing. Great Brandy face, by the way.
More tongue.
Week. That's disgusting. Great Brandy face last week. I had some really dope memes from that too. A lot of people shared them on Twitter. But they had this whole segment planned out where Brandy like comes over to him and he wanted to kiss. Brandy steals the phone and he's like, hey, and Darby Allin laces into him. Darby was looking great in this. I thought he looked the strongest out of all this. Like if I had to pick an MVP for the match, it was Darby.
Oh yeah, definitely. Darby definitely put on a good show on this tag team match.
Sammy and Spears start betting over standing suplexes. I'll let you take this one.
All right, so Shawn Spears is in the ring with Darby Allin, and Sammy G says, "Hey, I want to place a bet. So they're still betting from the last time that they were betting, and Sammy G says, "I'll bet you $50 that you can't hold them up for more like 10 seconds for a standing suplex." And then Shawn Spears like, all right, I'll go with that. So they throw down a bet, boom, boom, knocked down, got it. He's like, that's my money. So then he's like, double or nothing. So he put out more money. It's you can't help but to love something like this in the middle of a match. Like
it's the little things.
It's the little, yeah. Like this is great. Like you can't do this any better than what they did it.
Rob said, isn't gambling illegal in Georgia? Rob, that's a question for your boy Tony Schiavone. He seemed very interested in this,
exactly.
Even though he was complaining. Keep an eye on Tony. Tony's maybe a baby face, but I think he's really a heel deep down inside.
Oh, yeah.
So afterwards, Cody, I don't know what happened. Cody gets like the hot tag, right? And he starts doing the disaster kicks. He's knocking people over. He ends up in the crowd with the heels on the heel side, and the heels beat the hell out of Cody. I was like, what is going on, bro? Nobody's seeing this. The ref's distracted, and Cody's getting Britt Baker's shoe upside his head. He's just getting his ass whooped throughout all of this. Sammy goes for a cutter. He catches the crossroads. And Darby is caught on a reversal here, and Spears hits a C4 on Cody, which is the Death Valley driver, but he calls it the C4. Very well done. Darby then goes to the top of a pole. Remember this basement pole we were talking about before? I don't even want to know how Darby Allin got up this thing. He must have like... I don't know.
Oh, fucking spider monkey, dude.
Yeah. He got all the way up there and he said, somebody yelled, hey, assholes, right before he jumped. I don't know if it was Billy Gunn or Darby. Somebody said, hey, assholes. Dude, coffin drop off the top of this pole. You have to see this. It was great.
Put him in a coffin.
I see mad people writing coffin, effing, dropping there. Good stuff, dude. Really great. This humor over Matt Hardy's goofiness, Casey put. Have some fun, Casey. I like Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's great, man.
Definitely.
So the coffin drop happens. Put him in a coffin. And he comes down. I like that you just wrote, "Hey, asshole." I just saw that in the notes. Spears and Sammy end up still trying to get this over with. So what is Shawn Spears' nickname? The Chairman. He tells Sammy, "Hey, Sammy," loud as hell in the arena. Like, how did the ref not hear this? "Get me a chair." Sammy Guevara slides him a chair. He goes in like he's going to hit him with it. Darby Allin recovers finally from that coffin drop, grabs the chair so that Cody doesn't get hit with it. And Cody ends up getting knocked out, or I don't know if he dove onto Sammy. Something happened where he stopped it, and he's out of the picture. Sammy's out of the picture. And then a roll-up by Shawn Spears on Darby Allin for the 1-2-3. Way to build up the heels in this one. Not mad at it at all. And we kind of go off the air with Tony Schiavone butchering like the names, who's wrestling each other, talking about how Darby Allin and Cody may face off. Like, I don't know what the heck he was saying. He basically made it sound like they were having a match next week. They're not. I think he just made an error in everything he was saying while he was talking. It felt like they were rushed to get off the air pretty quickly towards the end.
Because the way that he was spewing everything out, he was just like, you could tell it was like, all right, we gotta go. Like, let's make it happen. So, but then, before everything goes off, Darby Allin puts one to Cody.
Yeah, he decked him. Yeah, I like it though. This is the feud. Darby is pissed that he's been losing to Cody constantly.
But this is why I say Darby wins the TNT title.
I think he has to overcome a lot of this. Like, I think he has to overcome losing to Cody. I think there's a story behind him with a lot of this. But Cody has a story too, though. Cody needs to get to that next level so that he can finally, like, defeat this whole stigma. He can't win a championship. Cody lost the big one to MJF. He's trying to get over all of this stuff. So I don't know how they do it. Rob said Tony Schiavone like he hadn't slept in a week. Probably didn't. Hanging out with Cody.
Hanging out with Cody and doing his second job.
And doing that damn podcast with Conrad Thompson. Yo, Tony Schiavone's everywhere, so he probably was tired. Heels got the W here because they're losing the first round matches. Come on, Casey. Have some fun with this here. Let them enjoy this. Let them soak it up. But yeah, I agree with what Casey said. I told you when we were watching it live, like, the heels need to win more than the baby faces in the tag match now. Definitely, because we know we're getting Cody versus Darby. At least I feel like it has to happen throughout this.
Yeah, because Darby and Cody have had issues for a long time now.
Yeah. So this is the perfect build to it. What did you think of tonight's show, D? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
I still think it's just thumbs up.
Live chat, same question. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Derek, quick insight, I guess, on this. Was this better than last week's show?
Yes.
I think it was, too. I think it was... Yeah. With the people in the crowd, it's not as bad.
No. Yeah, because when you have... Even if it's not a full stadium or a full crowd, however you want to look at it, when you have somebody in there that's interacting with what's going on, it makes it better because now you're not sitting there listening to yourself talk, listening to the announcers talk, listening to the wrestlers do their moves. You have yourself, you have the commentary, you have the wrestlers, and then you have people that are there that are like, talking in general. So it doesn't make for, like, if you have no crowds, then you might as well say you're watching golf or bowling until something actually happens.
Right. And it looks like a lot of people are giving it thumbs up, and Jesus said, yes, it was a better show than last week. I think so, too.
Yeah.
I think they did a really good job with this tonight. I look forward to seeing what they do with the TNT. I want to see what the belt looks like. Rumor has it that it has a red strap. If you guys look behind when they announced it on the YouTube channel, they said something about a red strap with a question mark. I think that would be pretty dope if they had that on the belt. You got options here. You got options. You can do a lot of different things with this.
You do. Just make sure you're on a roll with all The belt's looking great. The only thing you need to fix is the women's title. It's just too small.
Casey Briggs says thumbs up. They need to keep the guys in the crowd. Love seeing them and hearing them. Let them develop their own characters further as well. I agree with that, Casey. That is a good point. But you got to be allowed to have them in the crowd. These states are starting to ban some of this stuff. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
They're holding out on some different things here. I want things to get back to normal so we can move on with these storylines. I feel like we're just in a rut. We're kind of just having matches to have them with a few nuances in storylines so that we can get to where we're going. We don't know if this is going to affect Double or Nothing. We don't know what we're going to see from all of this. Let me get my last little bit of plugs in before we get ready to get on out of here. Do me a favor, guys. If you haven't had the chance, make sure you check out powerslam.tv. Use the code EPWShow. You guys will get to check out some of the best independent pro wrestling on your boy 1 month for free. Use the code EPWShow if you're bored during these times. Put it in, man. Check it out. Tell them I sent you. They'll be happy to hear that. Now, tomorrow, 4 p.m., I will be doing my second part of the WrestleMania show. So if you guys are stuck at home, it's 4 p.m., there's nothing to do, tune in, man. We're going to be on YouTube. I know the live notifications aren't going out, but it would mean the world to me for anybody who can. Please show up. And shout out to everybody who listens to the podcast in audio form. I've been seeing the AEW ones pick up a lot of steam recently. So thank you guys for that. If you are listening to the audio forms, I know you get little extra nuggets in there and everything else. Shout out to Everything College Basketball. Play their ads all the time on there. And shout out to everybody who has been doing the show, especially D. D's still been showing up, man, for some AEW. So I appreciate you, brother.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
So make sure you join us for the second half of the Brainbuster radio team reuniting for the podcast tomorrow. It's going to be something great. I can't wait to talk to Foul, Mags, possibly Kurt if he can make it, and anyone else who can join us, man. I'm more than happy to talk some more WrestleMania, so I can't wait. Thank you guys so much for that, Jordan. I appreciate you saying support the podcast. You guys can cut this Dark Order shit out. With that said, this is for... Wait a minute. I just announced who's going to be in there. Jesus is going to be... Right now, the plan is for Mags, Kurt...
Yeah, fuck you, Casey.
Terrible. The Darby Allin Pants saga with these two will never end. It's going to be Mags... Kurt, who the hell else did I have in there? Kevin Carroll from Wrestling Reverb. We're going to have a bunch of people in there, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be on StreamYard, probably around 4 p.m. We'll have it all set up for you guys. Please, please, please make sure you join us. Can't wait. Cut the Dark Order shit out, Derek. With that being said, thank you guys so much. We are out. Peace.
Everything Pro Wrestling, it's your boys from the Everything College Basketball Podcast and Facebook group. I'm Josh Burton, letting you all know that if you like the college game, that there's only one spot to come find all you need to know.
Yep, Josh, Peyton, and myself, Tyler. We are the three voices of ECB Podcast and Facebook group. Peyton, tell them where they can find us and listen to us at.
Well, Tyler, you can find us on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and all other podcast hosting sites. Also, go join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups like Everything College Basketball. So if you want everything you need to know about the collegiate game or have a passion for it, there's only one spot that you need to check out on a weekly basis or a daily basis with the Facebook group. That's Everything College Basketball. Now let's get back to Conrad informing you on everything pro wrestling and the workings around it.
Brother.
Are you looking for the newest and hottest in the world of pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 6,000 hours of the best events from over 150 of your favorite promotions from 20 different countries around the globe. Brands like Progress Wrestling, Evolve Wrestling, Combat Zone, Defy, PCW Ultra, PWX, Over the Top, Shine, and hundreds of others with fresh content added every day for only $5.99 per month. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
Anything pro wrestling, it can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, it can never be you. Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinions, the lesson, yes. By the fans, for the fans. Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson, yes. Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people.